Hello guys and welcome to the ERL Season 6 Round 10 at the Chinese Grand Prix here. Should be a very interesting qualifying session here. We've got a very high caliber of driver in here. Obviously, we actually got a couple of new faces here that I haven't seen before, and it's actually the man, the Mercedes. I'm not sure how you say that name. I'm gonna try my best. Verlepti Caricat. That's a new name here. And Blank 101 is another new face here, as we see a Mercedes, as the Mercedes actually goes out now. Strategy wise, there's not really much to talk about. It's kind of a one-stop strategy from soft to the medium, although you can do the two-stop, but the ultra softs, they actually go off after about 2 laps, so yeah, it's not the very best tyre to actually start the race on, but nonetheless it's still touch and go of what people actually prefer. Maybe in the race they've done race practice and they feel they're comfortable taking the ultras quite long, but generally it's actually just a one stop from the soft tire to the medium tire, and obviously it's for your own preference of which tire you want to start on. But right now we got mostly everyone on the medium tire just to get a feel for the track and where the sense of where the actual grip is. As Chill Drive actually joins the chat and he says, "Can I last more than 30 seconds in qualifying?" Well, you lasted more than 30 seconds, so you're all good. But don't jinx yourself. As he's trying to warm up his tires actually right now. But yeah, it should be people mostly have been going. I think only one person who got Blank 101 is still in the pits on the ultra set. But most people right now all on the medium tires except for WTF Roberto, who's actually on the soft compound tires, but he's in the pit. Let's see who's actually on the lap. We got Gamer NL is actually starting his lap, so let's go on board with him for a lap around the amazing Chinese international Shanghai International Circuit. So into turn 1, long kind of never-ending right-hander, and then do a quick change of direction for the left-hander there. Oh, and he struggles for the power there, but gets the car under control for the big braking zone. Is one of the big braking zones at the moment, and gets the car slowed down nicely. And he's out of the apex a little bit, and he's not hugging the curb as much as normal. You generally want to hug those curbs as much as you can, try and stay as close to the curbs as possible. As he comes to the end of sector 2, it goes a little bit deep there, but this is where this corner sets him up for the straight. He needs to get the best exit possible, and he gets a very decent exit indeed, and now he's on to that long straight. He could have actually got a tow from Verstappen by towing, so he got to play a little bit of an advantage, but at this stage it doesn't really matter on the medium tire, because at the end of the session these guys will be setting times. As Gamer NL sets a 32-1. That's a really good banker there. It's a really good banker. Donkey Dan P2 32.9 says, yeah, he's probably not going full out on that just yet. as saying that. And then 599 goes on provisional pole with 31.8 on mediums. Brilliant time there from the Ferrari man. The Blank 101 is on the Ultras. As Verstappen is actually on his lap right now, so let's go on board with him for the last remaining corners of the Shanghai International Circuit. Really nicely for the final corner is Verstappen, so let's see what this time has done him. It's done him of 32.2. Some really decent bankers from everyone pretty much, but in them 599 has actually separated himself by, say, 2.5 tenths pretty much there. So he must be brimming with confidence at the moment. It'll be actually interesting to see. I mean, I'm not sure he's actually in the championship lead. That's the most important thing at this moment, because I think we only got this round and then 2 more rounds. So it will be really interesting to see where this championship goes. And by the way, in all of this, Vanquish actually gone P2 at 32.0. This gamer now goes wide a little bit there, and he does a 32 flat. So a bit of an improvement, almost a tenth of an improvement. So he should be pleased with the medium runs. The Italian Grand Prix race winner, where he absolutely dominated the race. I mean, started P2, got Robin at the start, and just absolutely ploughed from there on. Was not in trouble for any part of the race. Convincingly winning the Italian Grand Prix. So he's looking to carry all that form into today's race. Let's see who else is on the lap. Gamer now is actually not on the lap. As Adam Vol 1, is he on the lap? He's I think he's just about to start his lap, so. And he actually dives into the pits. So the people who actually haven't set lap times yet is WTO Roberta. He's actually on the soft compound tires, and Blank 101. Who hasn't set a time. And neither has Robin, but he's just coming up now to start his medium run. Remember, he's one of the top drivers actually challenging for the championship, so. So let's see, it's turn 1. He got really, really wide. Oh, and yeah, he's gonna back off. He's going way, way too wide. He needs to. You obviously need to hug that inside curb as much as you can. Obviously, everyone's probably now waiting. Everyone's probably now waiting for right at the end of the session is when people generally try to pump in really fast laps, because that's when the track is at its best, and the tires tend to grip up a lot more than at the start of the session. Once rubber is getting late on the track. The top 7 all in the pits except for Vanquish is actually on his outlap, and he's gone very early, to be honest. So let's go on board with him. He's probably going to represent the first fast lap on the soft compound tires to represent what the guys have to actually aim for. As he sets ERS to overtake mode, opens up DRS wide open. And into turn 1, slightly wide, but you should be hugging that curve just about now. Yep, switches down to second gear just to get extra rotation into that corner. Brilliantly done in the left hander as well. And as he plants the power down, let's see what hit his lap as first sector is a 24.5 first sector. And he goes extremely wide there. Let's hope that hasn't invalidated his lap, so that let's hope that's not been invalidated. He's still committing to these corners, so it hasn't been invalidated. Heavy braking zone after that. Also, he locks up there, goes slightly deep, so that will not help his cause. But he has to go in provisional pole regardless. So that's a 31.2 on the soft compound tires. That's provisional pole position for him, and he's there by about six tenths. So and Robin sets a 31.8 on the medium tires. Look how tight it is between him and NM509. It's very close. That's 0.02 of a second. Literally nothing between the two of them. But let's see who's actually on a lap. Stappen on his and I think Curry Cat is actually on the lap here. I'm hoping he's on the lap. As he gets a double lock up on the front. As Vanquish went for another lap, weirdly, and he's done the exact same time pretty much. As Curry Cat does a 31.7. And Gamer now on his out lap at the moment. We've got yellows in sectors 1 and 2. It's presuming people slowing down to let people through. Verstappen. He's actually on it at the moment. So let's see what this lap has been from Verstappen. It's been a very clean first and second sector, although it was a little bit shaky at the start of sector 2. But a heavy braking zone, let's see, he doesn't get lock up. No lock up. This may be provisional pole. No, it's not provisional pole, it's actually 31.6. And it isn't provisional pole. So it's NF599 now. And Robin should be fighting out for pole position. Gets a good exit onto that straight. As he comes through the last corner, let's see what this lap's been. Provisional pole, 30.8. That's a stonking lap. Donkey Dan goes into P3 at 31.5. Gamer NL goes P2 at 31.2. And if I know actually went for it, he's going for another lap. He's committing to this run. Oh no, he's backed off. Yeah, I'm presuming he's backed off now. Because he seemed really slow at that corner for the straight. And he's actually set at 30.6. So he did have more time in those tyres. Brilliant lap. As Donkey Dan goes P2 at 31.190. Really good lap as well from him. Let's see who's actually should be on the lap. Let's see what's Robin Lab's done. He's going P2 on the front row of the grid. Oh, sorry guys, my controller just went off there. But NF599 says pole position with a 30.6, and then Robin closely behind in 30.8. So the two drivers, both of them, into the 1 minute 30s. Donkey Dan P3, Gamer NL P4, LR Vanquish P5, Stappen P6, TKT P7, Alan 1 P8. Curicat P9, Blank 101 P10, WTF Reverter P11, and give you Archer rounds off the grid. So we are set for an exciting race here at the Shanghai International Circuit. So we are set for the formation lap here. So NF59, he does need the perfect start. So we are set now for the Chinese group problem. So we are waiting now for the last car to line up on the grid. Will be QBR Chill. And we are now going on to the five red lights for the Chinese Grand Prix in the F2 tier. And it's lights out and away we go, and it seems like NM59 gets a pretty good start, actually cuts across Robin. Look at Gamer NL, he's challenging for the lead. No way he's gonna pull this off. Let's look at and look at this. Gamer NL is taking the lead. I mean, what can this man not do? What can this man not do? Qualifies P4, takes the lead after the first sector. What can this man not do? Absolutely amazing, but it's still very early days. Anything can happen in the race. It's still a very, very long way to go. We're still on lap 1 out of the possible 28. As the first major braking zone is now done. We are now pretty much done with the first lap, and Robin goes wide. There might be an extension, and Gamer NL is away into the lead, but with NM599 closely follow. Donkey Dandy's dropped back from the top 3, and Verstappen is actually harassing him. And whoa! And look at Vanquish. I don't even see him in the screen. Jesus Christ! He came out of nowhere. As him and Verstappen do battle here, and towards the end of the first sector. And Tikata is trying to go down the inside. He just cannot make a move. And Vanquish is right there. Although he probably would have dived down the inside. Vanquish wasn't there, so through here is pretty much single file. You can't really overtake here. Let's go into the front of the pack here with the top 3, but separated with like 1.4 seconds, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Gamer now you can see him weaving a little bit to lose the slipstream from NM599 because he's gaining extra speed by doing this. And then final night says the fastest lap, so you can see the pace between them is very similar here between the top 2. And don't discount Robin because just because he's not in this fight slightly at the moment. I mean, he's still very much there, but you can see that NM599 is very quick, and he's probably at the moment has the most pace out of anyone. But we shall see. It's still a very long race, so we'll see what will happen here. As NF599 is actually going to get DRS now. So the added boost of DRS is going to bring him right alongside Gamer NL. And look at this, he's gaining on him. Pulls over to the left hand side of Gamer NL, actually defends the position. Robin, I'm pretty sure, got DRS of NM599, so oh, look at Gamer NL. He's actually struggling for grip at the moment. A little bit squirming of the rear end. Skivio Chill retires. That is major disappointment. Would that cause a safety car? Can that cause a safety car? It'll be interesting to find out if it does. He's again got DRS of Gamer NL, and he's well alongside him now. But look at Gamer NL brakes the same time as him. But look at the traction, and Gamer and NM599 backs off just a little bit, just to not cause an accident between it. You don't want to go out and gets yourself damage on at this race. But look at this, you can see NF9 has got a lot more pace than Gamer NL. But Gamer NL defends the position fairly, no jerky movements whatsoever, defends the position, and he protects his position actually very well on track. He's not allowing NF9 to make a move anywhere. As he goes very wide there. You can actually see he's gone very wide. Let's go away from this top fight just a little. Actually, let's go on board with the straight line. Let's see what happens between the two of them. Will NF9 be close enough this time? He seems close on this occasion, so he's gonna get DRS now. The DRS is gonna bump him right alongside him. Oh, and look, yeah, he's taking the lead. But Gamer NL is right there. Look at this. I'm actually glad I stayed on board with these two. And NF9 takes the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. So are the tyres going off slightly for Gamer NL, or is it just the fact that NF9 just has that extra pace in his back pocket around here in China? As Robin is right on the back of Gamer NL. Let's actually go on board with a closer fight. Weapon is right behind Donkey Dan, so and Verstappen, he may not be close. He's obviously going to get DRS, but is he going to be close enough to attack? He's gaining it very rapidly though. He may go down the inside, and look at Donkey Dan. He's actually trying to. And sector 3. Oh, we got Robin. Oh, and what's happened? As Vanquish takes the position, but I was wondering why was a yellow flag. And Robin's actually lost the position, so presumably something with Gamer NL. As you can see, Vanquish squirming on the rear end, but Robin, I'm pretty sure, has come out the worst in this. He's probably got overheated tyres at the moment. It's just always that something happens to him, he just cannot convert brilliant grid positions into really good results. It's just something that happens for him, and he just can't, it's just out of his hands sometimes, and arguably you can say he's got the pace to fight for wins. And Donkey Dan actually gets past him as well. He's running no ERS. Has he got issues? Because he's been swamped by the field at the moment. As it won't be long, probably we'll blank on 101. Has he got front wing damage as well? I'm just wondering. Let's look for a different camera angle actually. Has he got wing damage? Yes, it does. You can see the right hand side of his car has got front wing damage. Yeah, the right hand side is damaged, so yeah, you can actually you can actually see right there he's got front wing damage on the right hand side of his car. But he still doesn't want to pit. He wants to wait for that medium period where he can pit for a new front wing, because right now he's going to lose a lot of time and he's going to have to make 2 pit stops instead of the 1. So a wise decision by Robin not to pit for a new wing, to go through this pain right now rather than going through the pain of making 2 stops and just falling behind way too much. And then 599's got away from Gamer NL, and the gap is 1.6 seconds. So it's not a fluke. It's like NM599's got another gear compared to everyone around this track. So he needs to close that gap so that when they come to the pit stop window, they're only on lap 9 obviously. You gotta keep that in mind, but generally speaking, you're trying to take these tires for as long as you can, so you can push harder for longer with the mediums. Although remember, to warm up, and Robin he actually did pit for brand new mediums and probably for a new front wing. Also, you have to keep in mind that to warm up the mediums is a very hard job. On the outlap, they feel so terrible. So warming up the tires will be absolutely crucial. But Gamer now, he's not losing hope at the moment. He's right in touch with NM599. It's not like he's bursting out away into the lead, but he still remains within touching distance of 2 seconds. So if a mistake does come, he will be in prime position to be right there. But you can see actually the inside of the just the inside of the tire. That the tires are now probably shot. Actually, I'd be surprised if the tire he's not going through tire temperature issues. That might be another factor. He's trying to get a good launch for this, but let's see. Robin is right on the back of Donkey Dan. Donkey Dan has actually just come out of the pit. No, he's just come out of the pits, Donkey Dan. But Robin, he wants to clear him pretty quickly if he wants to remain in contention for really good points. And as Donkey Dan goes really wide, the tires are not warm enough, and hence he pays the price when those tires being cold. And Robin just gets the position. He gets the position for free, pretty much. Vanquish actually is closing in. Yeah, he is closing in on Gamer NL. So me focusing on the fight between the top two. Now it's the fact that Vanquish just won to anyone out of the top three. He's 1.4 behind Gamer NL. So that's another interesting prospect, as Robin says the fastest lap 34.9. So it's the question, when will these guys pit? They're gonna have to pit at some point, obviously. So let's see if we're gonna get pit lane activity from the top three. Yep, and then 599 dives into the pits. Does Gamer know? No, he stays out. Vanquish dives into the pits immediately. Gamer on the other hand stays out. So are his tires really that good, or does he want the freshest tires towards the end of that race? Robin says a 34.3. And then NN599 is now remember, the warm up of these mediums is really hard. He needs to cut the gap as much as possible. Also, Vanquish actually, he wants to he actually wants to undercut Vanquish. Sorry, Gamer NL, and yeah, Gamer NL into the pit. So let's go on board with NN599 as the Red Bull mechanic switched his tires, and he is away. And NN599 is actually coming up to the last corner just now. So he's gonna go past him just now, actually. And where is Vanquish? He's actually probably further back than he was earlier. So, yeah, look at that. He's actually trying to cut the gap as much as possible here. Dropping back because of cold tires right now. And then finally says the fastest out 34.2. Vanquish says the 34.6, so he's 4/10 minutes slower. As Robin picks up a penalty. Oh, no, I'm sorry, but there's a safety car. Sorry, I haven't been watching. I was actually having a drink. NN 599 has got a drive-through penalty. The race leader has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Oh my god! And we got a safety car, so he's gonna be. So can he take the drive-through during the safety car period, or is that not completely not allowed? Now, are we gonna see pit lane activity? Because as long the safety car is gonna be out for quite a long period, and now the thing is, will these guys switch to the soft compound tires if they got any? If they're actually got any new sets? I know NM599 is not allowed to service drive-through during the safety car period. So racing is neutralized right now, so there's really nothing is going to be happening at the moment. So we've got no racing so far since the safety car just neutralized the race. We're going for one more lap now with the safety race. We're going on to lap 16. Lap 16, and the thing is now, these guys can push very, very long into the race. These guys can go very, very long into the race, and hence, sorry, not very long. They can push for as long as they want, because those mediums, they can easily last to the end now. From here on out. But will the safety car actually come in this lap? That's the question. But if it goes one more lap, we have some the fuel that these guys saved from the safety car period. I'm hoping that everyone's been saving fuel. That's the smart thing to do. But if they haven't, they have been saving fuel. It's just engage in the highest power modes and just try to absolutely go for it. Obviously, pushing very hard on this track means you can suffer from tire temperatures. But the thing is now, NM599 will not be your race, as he destroys on brake marker board. And safety cars in this lap. Another thing to point out, NM599 will not be your race leader, remember. He is gonna need to serve a drive-through penalty. He is going to have to serve a drive-through penalty. So your provisional leader will be Gamer NL 2000. So when does NM599 decide to go? That's the big question. When does he decide to go? He's cut the corner a little bit there. So he's backing him up. And yeah, that's where he goes. And that's where he goes. And look at Gamer NL. He's trying to go right on the back of him. Vanquish. Oh, Vanquish actually dropped back because of Verstappen, who's actually attacking him now. And by the way, in all of the safety car nonsense, Robin is going to try and jump up into 5th place. So the race is not over for him. This safety car has helped him out big time as he jumps into 5th place. As Verstappen is still harrying Vanquish. And look at this. What a move. This will be around the outside. And he's got the move done. I cannot believe it. That is brilliant from Verstappen. Gotta be move of the race so far. As NF199 is storming away, but you remember the drive-through penalty. The drive-through penalty is gonna bring him right. Yeah, he's gonna be lost after this drive-through penalty. But when does he decide to serve that penalty? That's the question. As Vanquish gets past Robin again. Tinkat is stop and go for a stop go penalty exceeding track limits. But the real question at this moment is when will the race? There's a blank 101 retires from the race. I really don't know what's happened to him. There's just straight after the safety car period. But also another thing is, when does the race leader in the Ferrari pit? So let's go on board with the front as Verstappen is into his podium position comfortably ahead of Vanquish. As NM finally goes in to serve his drive-through penalty, so he's left it right towards the very last lap of when he's allowed that. DRS is now enabled. And on 599, he is in to serve his drive-through, and he's gonna come out pretty much last. Yeah, he is last now, but he's in the point. But now he's just got to put the hammer down for these last 9 laps, I'm presuming. As your race leader, Gamer NL. But will Verstappen have the pace to close him down? If he does, I'm presuming this will be his very first victory. It'll be his very first victory in the F2 tier, and his first win of the season. But either way, a podium for him will be very, very good indeed. As his engine is actually revving too much. Vanquish has actually got DRS on Verstappen. So does Verstappen or Vanquish or even Robin have the pace to close down the leader? Gamer now, and Vanquish actually sets the fastest lap of the race, so he does have the pace. The race is going to go right to the wire, so I won't be all too surprised if these guys finish as close as they are right now. So we shall actually see what will actually happen in this. Remember, the fact that NM599 is now last, these guys have all secured a podium, but Robin is probably the one that wants the podium the most out of all of these guys. Because just what happened with him with the front wing situation, that he had, I think he had contact with Gamer and L. So Robin really does need to put the hammer down and get as many points out of NM599 as possible, because I'm pretty sure NM599 is a championship contender. So firstly, getting a as Vanquish is getting very close to Verstappen. I think Vanquish has got the most pace out of the top three. I really do. It's like, if he overtakes Verstappen, he can chase down Gamer and L. But yeah, Vanquish, can he get a good run? Can he get a good run on Verstappen? Verstappen, remember, does not have DRS of Gamer and L. And Verstappen now all of a sudden is 6/10 behind Gamer and L. So what's actually happened to him? As Vanquish picks up a penalty. So how close is Vanquish? And by the way, in all of this, Robin is right there as well. So you can see race victory is right there. This is going to be an exciting end to the Chinese Grand Prix, because this safety car just provided us with that. Vanquish actually dropped back from Verstappen. He's not close enough. On the other hand, Robin is. And he's trying to go down the inside. He's got a lock up on the front right. As he may get a penalty. Yes, he does. Extension of the track. And Vanquish cuts across. Does not allow Robin to go round the outside. Oh, look at the traction. Look at the traction difference. Robin is on the... Oh, that was very close to contact. Robin's got the oldest tyres out of anyone in the top 4. And I'm not sure how he's doing this, but this is really, really good stuff. The fact that he's even managing to... Yeah, he goes just a little bit sideways there, trying to correct the car. But it's the fact that now Vanquish cannot get close enough. Vanquish actually cannot get close enough to Verstappen. He's in DRS windows, but it's just Verstappen gets really good exits for that main straight. As Robin once again is harassing him. The double lockout just because he's getting thrown off with the way Vanquish is actually braking. So can Robin actually find an overtaking move? Gamer, no, he's not pulling away from Verstappen at all, so the pace is very, very even between these guys. This is going to be real interesting on how this whole race plans out. But by the way, Robin is closing on Vanquish. But double lock up there. As we are going to go on to lap 25. So 4 laps to go. As Verstappen's his engine's roaring very much, is annoying. But Gamer, no, victory is not certain just yet. Although I don't think he's got any penalties, so doing this race without penalties is impressive in itself. But he just hasn't put a wrong foot anywhere throughout the race, so if he wins again, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. Let's go on board of NF599, who's battling his way back up through the field. So he needs to make up. So the 3 positions in front of him is easy gain. So the Mercedes in 5th place is his best aim that he can hope for, because the other guy's Robin is pretty much 10 seconds up the road. As Team Catty goes wide and lets NM599 through. As WT Roberta retires as well. So what's going on with him as well? Is this people just retiring now? go on to the top 5 again, and look at these three are all bunched up here. We've got 3 laps to go. Gamer now is 3 laps away from taking a second consecutive race victory. He's 1.3 ahead of Verstappen now. So the gap is growing ever slightly. He just needs to be out of that DRS range. And Vanquish, can he get a good enough run? No, this time he's pretty close. He's closer than he ever was before. He's closing on Verstappen, he is. And he gets really good traction as well. He wants really good exits from now. As we go on to the penultimate lap of the race. And look at Verstappen, he's actually going a little bit wide there. And look at that, he's opened the door for Vanquish. And he's opened the door wide open for him. Verstappen went way too wide there and just allowed Vanquish to get alongside him. Trying to get good traction and trying to close up as much. He just needs to stay very, very close to Verstappen. So if he can just do that, it's game on between Gamer and L and Vanquish. But the thing is, I think Vanquish has just run out of laps to do anything about it on Gamer and L's race win. And another thing is that Gamer and L I don't think has any penalties, so he's going to be closing on Verstappen. Yeah, he's closing up ever so slightly. So this is going to be the dash to the line between these three. I think Gamer and L is... Whoa, and Robin actually nearly loses it with the back end. Oh, look at this! Vanquish trying to go down the inside of Verstappen. I'm pretty Gamer and L is probably way into the distance now with this race win. Yeah, so Vanquish has to stay as close as possible. He needs to make a move on this lap. This is the last lap, remember. This is going to be a really phenomenal end to the Chinese Grand. As he gets a little bit of a look up, Verstappen looks up a little bit as well. So he needs the perfect exit now. Oh, Verstappen's actually struggling on tyre. He gets a not the greatest exit ever. So this is it. Vanquish, can he get past Verstappen? DRS wide open. He's going to be closing on Verstappen as they go. And yeah, they're right alongside. They are side by side. Verstappen actually hits him a little bit there, but look at this. Oh, look how close Robin is as well. So who's going to get Vanquish due to penalties will finish in P3. But what a stonking end. Oh, look at it in final 9. So he does get P5 eventually. So it's the maximum he could have hoped for after his drive through. But really exciting end between the top exciting. It's a really exciting end to the top 4. But Gamer and L, second win in a row now. What can this man not do? I mean, he just has not put a foot wrong. It's an all Dutch podium as well. Just has not put a foot wrong. He got a really excellent start, but I think NF599 we can all agree had the most pace out of anyone. But Gamer and L, Verstappen, NF599 were the only ones not to get penalties. You can see NF599 was the fastest man on the circuit, so really excellent stuff. NF599 will be very disappointed with the result. Obviously, he probably would have. Yeah, you can say they won the race, and I would totally agree with him. I think he would have been the race winner. But guys, that has been the Chinese Grand Prix for ERL Season 6, the F2 tier. I believe next race is Japan, so should be another exciting one to watch. Again, next week it'll be 8 o'clock Friday UK time, so tune in into that race. But that has been an exciting Grand Prix to watch. Thoroughly enjoyed after the safety car period. Very close between Verstappen, Vanquish and Robin. So that's been the Chinese Grand Prix, and I'll see you guys next week Friday.